Hey y'all, it's me, Alex from Elevator Talk Show here. Welcome to a new playthrough of one of my favorite games of all time, Doom 2016. Um, for those who've been around this channel for a long time, you might already know that I did do a playthrough of the first couple of levels in 2016 years ago, and I never followed through with it. Well, I am righting my wrongs here. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I can't wait for Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of 2016. I'm going to be streaming Eternal at some point soon. And of course, you already know I'm going to get Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm going to try to pre-order it. Um, and I'm very excited. I've wanted to do this again for a while now, and now that I actually have the time to, uh, you know, I'm just excited. I'm really excited. So we're just gonna hop right in here, make sure that I have all the settings correct. Yes, yes. Of course, um, we're gonna go ultra violence. We're gonna go ultra violence. On the last attempted playthrough, I was gonna do nightmare, but you know, ultra violence would get me, just a good casual playthrough, and I get to talk about my experience with this game because I've had a lot of experience with this game. Um, I remember I got it like 2 years after it came out, in like 2018 or something. Uh, I asked my mom to get it for me on my Xbox One, and I remember she went to Walmart like soon after that, and she was talking to her coworkers about it, and they were like, "Are you sure your son should be playing this game?" And she was like, "Yeah, he wants it. He wants it real bad." And I was like, and she came home, and then I was excited. Of course, I played through it. I 100%ed it first try. Um, that's not it. Okay, I'm lying. I didn't 100% it first try, but I of course have done many 100% runs on this game. I've yet to beat an Ultra Nightmare though. I'm not that good. But this is a game that has gotten me through a lot of tough times, and of course Doom Eternal has as well. But this is one that I always love coming back
They
to.
are rage, brutal, without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear until it is done.
And of course, this is one of the most badass intros to any game I've ever played. All the modern Doom games have amazing intros, and I can't wait to see what Doom: The Dark Ages has to offer. Oh my god, there you go. I'm thinking I might want to set my FOV a little higher. Let's just set it to max and see how it yes. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that feels better. And of course, the iconic Praetor suit. We gotta get that. God. The first person cutscenes too, I actually really enjoy these. Um, I know a lot of people didn't really like them in Doom 2016, but I actually don't mind them that much.
Cannot determine the cause of the demonic invasion until the Resup satellite is brought back online.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
Yeah. God, I love Samuel Hayden. He's one of the best new Doom characters ever introduced. But yeah, we're gonna try to power through the first couple of levels here. I don't know how long I want to make this series. I've tried to think about it before doing this. Either do 4 parts, make them really long, or do 6 parts and make them really short. Because this game has 13 levels. So I'd have to, that obviously does not divide evenly, but I could power through the first couple of levels like relatively quickly. So we'll see how fast I can get all this done. Because I actually do have errands to run today. I have to do my laundry. I have to do my laundry. I have to actually, yeah, that's really the only thing I need to get done. But I also need to take out my trash. But that, you know, be done on the way. But yeah. So I remember when I was first doing this, I obviously sucked nuts. I mean, now I'm a little rusty because I haven't played this game in a minute. But I remember I actually remember dying on this in this encounter like one time when I first got this game. But yeah, I died in that encounter one time. But I remember when I got this, I knew I would love it. I already knew I would love it before I got it, but it was right at this moment right here where I knew this game was gonna be fucking awesome.
I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand, our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
You cannot beat that. You cannot beat that intro. It's one of the best things ever. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna do a 100% run. I've thought about it. I don't know if I'm gonna go through with it, just because, you know, I want this to be a casual, like, retrospective playthrough of one of my favorite games, of one of my favorite gaming series. But you know, this, I don't know. I just have so many memories of just playing through this first level in Ultra Nightmare, trying to develop the best strategies for it. I've actually gotten to I think the furthest I've gotten on Ultra Nightmare is I want to say map 3. I want to say that's the Foundry. I think that's the furthest I've gotten in Ultra Nightmare. I keep wanting to say Ultra Violence. I keep wanting to say that, but that's not. It's not it at all. I actually might want to increase my sensitivity a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, Foundry's about the furthest I've gotten. It's usually the first couple of levels when you don't have too much are the hardest. It's the same way in Eternal. Up to the Doom Hunter boss fight is like the hardest that game is going to be on Ultra Nightmare. But of course there aren't any like major bosses that early on in this game, which I kind of enjoy. I don't know. This game is so vastly different to Doom Eternal, but yet it's so... I love it. I just love the way these games are made. I love them so much. I'm just going to be spending this entire video glazing this game. I love Doom 2016. Of course I fail this trick. There we go. Getting the secrets. I'm going to try to get all... I do want to get most of the secrets that like will benefit me, even if it takes me a minute. The little Doom guys, they don't really benefit me. They're just 3D models. And I know I'm going to 100% this game anyway on this console. So I'm not too worried about doing it here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is the one thing I don't really miss in Doom Eternal is the pistol. I like that it exists in the new series of Doom games. but I don't really find myself using it much. Honestly, past this level, you really only need it up until you get the plasma and I think you get a plasma rifle in level 2. But I know you get the AR in level 2. So you really don't need it much. But these, I want to say, I don't remember the exact strategy I used when I got really serious with this game. I want to say, his equipment system needs 2. I want to say I used environmental first. For the sake of this playthrough, we'll do that. I do want to attempt to get most of these secrets, though. All the retro levels. Or the classic maps. We'll call them the classic maps. Of course, we have Doom 2's map 1. Now, this is something I really love about this game, is the fact that I put the classic maps in. But one of the biggest problems, actually, is the fact that modern enemies in the classic maps, they don't balance too well. And also, you can really tell how well textured they are, just from because it's all like one light source. Yeah, it's all, there's like no shadows whatsoever, so you can tell what's happening in the textures. But it's still really cool that they even did this. Like, this takes effort. Yeah. But I remember when I first discovered that there were classic maps, I was ecstatic. Because as a kid, I never really played through Doom 2. I didn't really get to it the way I got to Doom 1 so much. Or Ultimate Doom. Doom 2 kind of always like evaded me a little bit, which obviously, you know, I'm sad about. But there wasn't really much I could do. I didn't have a way to access Doom 2 until, I want to say, like, early high school. And actually, you know, this is going to be an interesting fact. The first time I ever played Doom 2 was actually on a Game Boy Advance emulator. Because there was a Doom 2 port on the GBA. And that was the very first time I ever played through it. I've seen people play through Doom 2. The PC version and the XBLA version. But I had never done it myself. So it was very cool getting to play a version that not many people have like played through. And of course it wasn't like that great, you know, compared to the PC version. And of course nowadays I guess I don't really know what the term would be. But I've righted my wrongs and I've played through all of Doom 2 and I really enjoy it. But when I found out that those maps, or some of those maps at least, I think it's the first 2 that are in this game, I was really happy to find that out. Yes. I'm actually gonna go through here instead. I know there's the secret. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get the secret, don't worry. It's just, I just find it a lot more convenient to do it this way. Get the shields, and then we go over here. There we go, classic guy. I think that's what his name is in this. Yep, classic guy, okay. But I remember, like, how my room smelled when I first got this game. I actually remember making my first maps in this game. I don't think I ever really finished any of them. I always like started new ones and then well, that's the first death of the run. That's embarrassing. Weapon upgrade points already? Well, of course we're gonna get the shotgun stuff. Do I even want to bother with the pistol? Sure. Maxing out the pistol, I mean, I don't really care if I do that. But maxing out the shotguns is going to be really helpful. Oh my god. I am playing like a 6-year-old. But, whoa. That's death number 2. Jeez Louise. Okay. I gotta, like, lock in here. Hold on a minute. Okay, there you go. Found out my problem was aim assist. I don't think that's... Oh no, that is everything in this level. Okay.
Welcome to the UAC.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and finish that. Okay, so that's 2 deaths in level 1. You know, this is where shit starts to this is where shit starts to spiral a little bit. And just how like wide these maps can be. Or not wide, but sprawling. That's the term I'm looking for. Yeah. While level 1 was like, you know, getting in the groove of things, this is where shit starts to get a little bit real. Foundry's where it really kicks out though. This level has some of my favorite beginning encounters. You'll see it in a moment. I think it's after, like, right after I get the chainsaw. Yeah, it's right after I get the chainsaw. There's a bunch that, there's an encounter that I remember I used to really struggle with. But we'll see if we can do it first try. We'll see. I believe this is the E1M1 secret. Yes, it is. I don't know if I'll play through any of the classic levels in this playthrough. I might do a playthrough. Just I have to make it like one long episode, like after I beat the game. But we'll see. This is also one of my favorite beginning encounters right here. It's back-to-back banger encounters. Yeah, right here is when we get a chainsaw. It's in that room right there. Actually, just gonna do this. There we go. See, again, that's the thing. You have to, like, know that you have grenades. Because there's another one that kind of acts like the Hollow Duke in Duke Nukem 3D. Death number 3. God damn it. There is, like, equipment that is basically the Hollow Duke from Duke 3D. But it's supposed to distract enemies, but it really doesn't do that. It's not that good. I don't find it that useful. Alright, and now for one of the best weapons ever, the chainsaw. Or no, never mind. What encounter am I thinking of? It wasn't after this, after the chainsaw. It is after the chainsaw, like, chronologically, but... There's a specific arena that I'm thinking of. I think it's after this little area. I want to say. What's also throwing me off is that I don't have double jump yet. You actually don't even get double jump until map 5 in this game. That's where you get the thrusters? I don't remember what they're called. But we don't get them until map 5, and that's what's throwing me off, because in Doom Eternal you just start off with that. So I'm not gonna lie. That kind of spooked me a little bit. And that's probably gonna be the dumbest way I die too. But we'll see. Yeah, it's this encounter right here. This is my favorite beginning encounter in 2016 right here. I used to struggle with this encounter so much when I first got this game, but let's see if I can do it first try.
Demonic presence cannot save life. Lockdown. Demonic presence eliminated.
All right.
Lockdown disengaged.
Well, that was good. That was a good encounter. Loved it. I'm actually kind of impressed that I made that out first try. I did not think I would. Now, normally we would get this. Normally I would get this, but I'm saving it. I believe there's a jump scare here. Yeah, there is. We don't care, though. Fuck you. And I believe there's an imp that comes out of this door. Yep. Now, what I'm going to do here...
Access granted.
Yeah, okay. What I'm going to do here
Access granted.
is get the secret. Yep. Plasma rifle is in this level. I remembered correctly. I want to say you get it through here. Wait, yeah, it's right here. I'm silly. There it is, plasma rifle. And then this is going to be really helpful early game. Because right here is where we get the assault rifle.
Located in the vast Hellas Plain impact basin, this high-tech mining and research facility is pushing the boundaries of the imagination.
Now you might be wondering, Alex, why would you get the heat blast for the plasma rifle before you get the micro missiles for the assault rifle? I think heat blast is just a little bit better. In my personal opinion, heat blast is just barely better. And of course, we got to have our first introduction to Berserk. I love Berserk in these games. I hate those shield enemies. Those shield enemies are the worst in an early game. They're actually just the worst entirely, because there's not much you can do to pop their shields. It's not like an Eternal, where the plasma rifle, will explode their shields. It's not like that. You just have to... Chainsawing them is really the best thing you can do. And that's kind of bullshit. I don't know. I don't really like that. I've always hated them. Did I just blow myself up? Or did he shoot me just in time? He shot me in time. That's crazy. I want bigger boom or instant load. Bigger boom or instant load. Oh, I have a dirty mind. Instant load. Now this is genuinely one of the like worst things about this game.
It's a gift.
Is how fucking long this little sequence here is. It's right after we get this.
Give you strength, help you on your journey, if you can withstand the power surge.
Right after we get this. I'm not even gonna bother you guys with this. If you want to sit through this cutscene, you can. Just do it on your own time. I'm not putting you through that. But there is a strategy to this one that I do remember, and I use the same thing in Eternal. I always go armor, ammo, health. But yeah, I'm not putting you through this, so we'll cut back. All right, so now that that's over, you may notice I did change the volume a little bit, and I changed my crosshair. It's just for me. But yeah, onto the foundry. This is the best beginning level foundry right here. This is where not only things continue to spiral and how open it is, but it's also the introduction of the Hell Knight, which is really tough early on. And I believe you get the rocket launcher early in this level. So, actually, no, you do. You do get it early on in this level. But yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, this is kind of where things take a more open turn. Because you can complete all the gore nests out of order, but I believe I have a sequence to them. I believe I have a sequence in which I complete things in. I believe this is E1M2. Yep. I believe that's all the enemies in here. Just the shift from the 1993 graphics to 2016 is crazy. It's a crazy bit of whiplash. Alright. Like I said, armor, ammo, health. That's really the biggest thing right here. Armor, ammo, health. Again, it's the same strategy in Doom Eternal. For when you're getting your upgrades. I did not like how that barrel just flew at me. This was, I think, one of the hardest encounters in this level. I know I used to struggle with this a lot back in the day. Back in my day! And I did it first try. Okay. Wow. I'm good at video games. Here we are. Looks like I knew it was in here. It's in this little encounter where the Hell Knight comes in the first time. Yep, there he is. Plasma rifle is the best way to deal with him, along with heavy assault rifle. But when you get the super shotgun in level 3, not level 3, sorry, level 4, and when you max it out, you can just double tap them, and it's basically an instant kill. And then there's this Vault guy. Vault guy is one of my favorite collectibles in this game. Did that not pick up? Okay. Prototype guy. I I actually really like Prototype Guy as well.
1. Core temperature rising.
There's still enemies out here? Oh, I didn't spawn in the enemies, that's why. There we go.
Human resources for assistance. Your devotion to the UAC's mission on Mars. Success.
I want to say that's like death number 6 or something.
50%.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. That was the dumbest way I've ever died. So far.
50%.
I'm going in with even less health. God damn it! I can't use that possessed engineer. I can't. No matter how hard I try, I can't use him to my advantage. What? This is embarrassing.
Demonic threat reduced by 50%.
I have to go all the way back up there. Oh, I forgot it was also just right here. Okay. I believe doing that just outright skips this little thing here. Yeah, it does. Oh. Okay. I never really liked this encounter. I always thought it was too open. There's a lot of room for death. There's also a lot of room to get stuck. As odd as that might sound for this being a very open encounter, there's a lot of room to get stuck, and I don't really appreciate that. I know I'm saying a lot, but a lot of things that I don't like about this game, but I promise I do love it. Like, all of like the minor nitpicks that I have just basically mean nothing in the grand scheme of just how awesome this game can be. Because it really is awesome. It really is. You know, Doom Eternal, you know, makes this game look like it's made for children. But goodness gracious, I love Doom 2016. Like, even just like locking in and like remembering like how much I used to like, or how much my body used to tense up at every moment, like before I was gonna die. Like, I'm starting to get that feeling again. God, I'm so nostalgic for this game. 2016 doesn't even seem like it's that long ago, but it's almost 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about. Because this was around, yeah, 2016. That was a good year for me. That was a really good year for me. Doom 2016 obviously came out, and I was watching people play through it.
Control room has been activated somewhere nearby.
Captain America Civil War came out. Really loved that. Ghostbusters 2016. Not a lot of people loved it, but I did. Sure, I could have. I could have saved them. In fact, I still probably could. Just wait about 4 years.
The system won't allow anyone but Olivia to override it now. We will have to shut down the Argent Tower manually from the surface.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that next time, though. Because it is starting to get around the time where I should be probably either taking a nap or beginning to run my errands. But yeah, we'll exit the foundry. I'll give some closing thoughts here. But you know, first 3 levels of Doom 2016, fucking awesome. I mean, you saw it for the most part. I know this isn't like the most comprehensive playthrough I'll ever do. But you know, I enjoy this game. I love this game. You'll hear me glazing it more, and you'll hear me glazing all the Doom games more as I play them on this channel. But I hope this was a much better outing than my first attempt, because I actually watched my first attempted playthrough on our channel, and it was so unbearable. I couldn't take myself. So that's one of the reasons I'm redoing it. And of course, I do plan on following through with this. So stay tuned for the next several parts, I guess. I guess the length of this series will depend on how long it takes me to do these levels, but first 3, I never really power through more than like 3 hours, so it's always alright. In fact, I believe I'm like at an hour and a half right now. So, actually doing really good, time-wise. But, if you enjoyed this, be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe to our channel for a wide variety of content. I know Brad's been doing the Star Wars content a lot lately, and the TMNT stuff. I'm coming back with the Doom stuff. I believe Spence is coming back with some Dead Space stuff, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, this is Alex from Elevator Talk Show signing out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and remember, rip and tear until it is done.